Well, hello, good evening, and welcome to the program. This is Daily Politics on Trust TV. I'm Abdullahi Ahmed. Tonight on the program, the Nigerian Senate has confirmed Professor Joash Amopitan as the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, with attention shifting to the task ahead, restoring public confidence in Nigeria's electoral process. Stakeholders say the new INEC leadership must prove its independence and rebuild trust after controversies that trailed the past general and off-cycle elections in the country. At the same time, the political map continues to shift. The wave of defections to the ruling APC is widening and continuing, leaving the PDP struggling to hold ground as key figures jump ship. Well, tonight we'll unpack some of these developments with a PDP chieftain and an ally to Nigeria's former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. But first things first, here's a look at the political roundup.
The Senate has confirmed Professor Joash Amopitan as the new chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission. It was screened and approved after a voice vote conducted by Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Amopitan arrived at the National Assembly earlier in the day, accompanied by Kogi State Governor Ahmed Ododo and other dignitaries. And the Senate on Thursday stepped down debate on the Electoral Bill 2025 to allow for further consultations. This followed the presentation of the bill's general principles by Senator Simon Long, chairman of the Senate Committee on Electoral Matters. Senate President Godswill Akpabio noted that the presentation lacked sufficient detail and suggested an executive session, but Majority Leader Opeyemi Bamidele advised postponement to another legislative day. Apex Igbo Socio-Cultural Group Ohaneze Indibo has distanced itself Southeast governors and ministers from the planned nationwide protest on October 20, 2025, seeking the release of IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In a joint statement by its Deputy President General Mazi Okechukwu Isuguzuru and National Spokesperson Chief Chinyereze Thompson Oha, Ohaneze described the protest as a politically motivated move, allegedly driven by Shawari and Atiku. The Nigerian Medical Association has told the Federal High Court in Abuja that IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu's health condition is not life-threatening. A medical panel set up by the NMA concluded its independent assessment and found him fit to stand trial. The court had earlier ordered the examination after conflicting medical reports from both the defense and prosecution. Kanu is currently facing terrorism-related charges filed by the federal government. The federal government has dismissed reports that inmates have been released under the recent presidential prerogative of mercy, saying the process is still under final administrative review. President Bola Tinubu had approved the pardon of 175 Nigerians, including nationalist Herbert Macaulay, environmental activist Ken Saro-Wiwa, and the late Major General Mamman Batsa, who was executed in 1986 for alleged coup plotting. Officials said the approval followed recommendations by the Council of State, but clarified that implementation has not yet begun.
Right, that is a roundup of some of the day's leading political stories. Let's get back to the conversation of the day, which will feature some of those stories in the political roundup. And joining me tonight for some conversation about the politics of the day is PDP stalwart and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's political aide, Oladimeji Fabiyi. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. It's good to see you again.
Abdullah, it's good to see you.
It's been a while.
Yes.
Right. One thing is certain. The political atmosphere has been anything but charged. To a certain degree anyway. But let's start this way with a look at what happened at the National Assembly today, at the Red Chamber, where the Nigerian Senate not only asked questions but confirmed the nominee by Mr. President, Professor Joash Amopitan, as the next INEC chairman. Your 2 cents on what transpired at the Red Chamber.
Well, thank you very much, Abdullah. I think the first thing to do is to congratulate the gentleman. I don't know him. I don't have any relationship with him, but there are a couple of guys that have said quite a number of remarkable things about him. In this country today, there's nowhere we don't have friends, and then We were able to talk to some of them. I spoke to someone who was a student, and he made a very, commendable remarks about him and a few others. Then what is left is how, if he can bring that to the new job he has. Nigeria is a very funny country. Well, I say this because here is a country that before you get a job, especially a government job at that level, you must have been briefed. I don't know if he has been briefed, and if he was duly briefed, I think just like majority of Nigerians are expecting, it must do something different. It must instill confidence. People don't have confidence in INEC. No thanks to the last the chairman that just left, who rather than being on the side of the people, chose where he wanted to be, and that's what we are facing. What we are really facing in this country now. The issue of leadership is not a small thing. You have to be sure of what you want to do. And then for what happened, and coming to what you said, that happened at the National Assembly today, is expected. The current National Assembly we have, a lot of people have called them so many names, and like the rubber stamp and all that. We knew nothing can stop. Like as long as it came from the president, nothing can stop it. If you see anyone that is stopped, any nominee that was at the top or the floor of National Assembly, then know that there's something behind, So I congratulate him, and I want to congratulate Nigerians too. Let's see if we're going to have a new lease of life. Let's see if this guy will be so confident to stand by the people, to do the right thing. That's just what we ask for, because this thing is impeding, is affecting the leadership this country is having. If we don't have right leaders, I'm still going to come there, because it is because of things like this from places like institutions like INEC that is making what is happening in PDP possible today. The class of people you elected, you nominated, you brought to be at the leadership level. It's really sad.
And listening to what he had to say about his commitment to giving Nigeria free, fair, and credible elections, about willing to make INEC as independent as possible, about working to make our electoral processes better. If you juxtapose that with his antecedents, with his track records in the academia and some of the literature work that he has done in sharing his 2 cents about our electoral laws, about jurisprudence and everything in between, are you inspired that he's the right man for the job?
See, Abdullah, let me tell you one thing, yeah? There are 2 critical things that will make him succeed in this office. The first thing is the law. Is our electoral law. Let me tell you, if the laws are very good, we have good laws in this country, then he can hide under that if he truly wants to work for the people. Say, this is what the law says. He's a professor of law. This is what the law says. Let him follow it to the latter. That is that. Second one is his inherent character of the person that he is, the person that people are saying he is. If he's able to bring it to the bear, it's yet to be seen. Well, I'm hoping that he will bring to bear what people have said about him. I'm hoping that he would stand on the side of Nigerians. This is what most of our leaders don't do. It's about themselves. He may want to protect his job. If he's a man who doesn't care if they remove him next tomorrow because he's doing the right thing, fine. But if he wants to protect that seat, he wants to protect the job, you'll see that he will throw caution, he will do whatever they ask him, the people that brought him asked him to do. Number one, people have been saying, no, Mr. President should not have a hand in who becomes the INEC chairman. So we need to look at all of these things holistically. He who plays the piper dictates the tune. This government has brought him, and I hope he will be able to stand, but I keep repeating it, because it's just by it's standing by Nigerian people. What does our law say? The National Assembly will do whatever they want to do, but if the law is strong, let them make our electoral law workable, working in Nigeria. Then we now have someone who can actually implement that law to the latter. That's what we simply ask for, because we have good laws in this country. It is the individuals that are implementing the law that are always the problem. So that's where we are.
And let's talk about what you say is directly linked to what he's bringing to the table. He's going to head the commission that is directly responsible for not only organizing and conducting elections, but also regulating activities of political parties. He had quite a lot to say about some of the ideas that he believes is going to add value. Things like introducing voter education in primary school to help conscientize Nigerians at a much younger age. But in talking about management of political parties, we've seen the crisis that continues to inundate some of the leading political parties in the country. PDP as a case in point, the Labour Party another. What is he walking into, and what sort of role do you think he can play in stabilizing the crisis bedeviling some of our more legacy parties?
To be honest, I don't envy him, because his job, the job he has at hand is a very Herculean one, very tasking one, and a lot of the expectations on him are so huge, so I don't envy him. But the truth of the matter is that really INEC had a role in some of the things that we see in our political parties these days. But the major crisis, the major problem lies with the political party themselves. You know, the players. But what does the law say about regulating political parties? There are rules, there are regulations about how to regulate the political party. It's only just to keep to the rules, to make sure the rules. It will make his job very simple. You say, this is what the law says about it. Okay, the law says that, the law talks about, electoral law talks about how to replace the candidate. Follow the law. If somebody is found wanting or something, the Electoral Act talks about how to replace the person. The Electoral Act talks about the election proper. It talks about transmission and all of that. So then again, I think the first thing they should do is to ensure that this electoral amendment that is being proposed, has been worked on by the National Assembly, he has a role to play if he really wants to do that. Nothing stopping him from even sponsoring a set of bills that will still advance our electoral process.
And you think is this perfect timing? Because up until the moment he walked into the chambers, the amendment bill was up for second reading and they had to suspend it to attend to the screening exercise. Do you think this is perfect timing for him, especially considering what he has said in the past about some of our processes, electoral processes? And do you think this is the perfect time for him to give some sort of input ahead of the passage of what many expect to be the Amendment Act?
I think as long as the law has not been passed, he can still make his own recommendation that this is what I just, regardless of what has gone, you know, the committees that went around the zones and all that to talk about it, to, you know, discuss about it. I think he could, and if it makes a lot of sense, there's nothing stopping the National Assembly from adopting them. If you feel so strong that I see this lacuna, there's this gap, let's fill it. If we have, unfortunately, we don't have a honest National Assembly, you know.
Everybody put together?
Yeah, not everybody. We have good ones, but the good ones are so infinitesimal. Okay, look at National Assembly we have today. I think Senate is almost having over 2/3. So this National Assembly will pass anything. So what are you saying? Even the minority, they will just talk. These guys will just do whatever they want to do. It's a big danger. Nigeria is in a serious danger with this National Assembly guys that we have. Especially those ones that say they are the majority.
All right, I mean, they don't have to say they are in the majority, but let's talk about the politics of the day. PDP governors are down to 8. Some say before the end of the year or before the next general election, they could be down to 5 or less. Let's talk about what has happened this week. Enugu, first to go, then Bayelsa State. The man who is supposedly heading the zoning committee of the PDP decided to dump, the party in Bayelsa State, Governor Duyedire. Your party is sinking, isn't it?
Abdullahi, it's painful. Because, like I have told you on this your show, I started with this party. It wasn't this. See, the worst class of governor in history of PDP are this class of governors we have now. And I'm saying it boldly. Anybody can come out and challenge me. It's my right to say it. The set of governors we have in PDP today are the worst class of governors PDP ever produced. And why am I saying this? Between 1999 and 2003, we have a president, Olusegun Obasanjo, at the helm of affairs, with PDP having majority. Tell me one AD governor that defected to PDP.
But
are you saying Obasanjo does not have the clout to?
But they said PDP did something far much worse.
What did PDP do? You went into election.
Yeah, and
the man with superior strategy won. That was what just happened. We went into election.
Well, not according to opposition figures.
PDP won those elections through the ballot. You can say whatever you want. They went into the election through the ballot. Why didn't APC do that? That's exactly what I'm saying. It was
some people are saying, Oladimeji, that defecting is better than rigging. And they're saying PDP rigged out opposition back then, but now APC is cajoling.
PDP didn't rig any election.
You can't say that with a straight face. And
in my state, PDP didn't election. PDP won fair and square.
Right.
I can talk of my state. Then tell me another state where the AD governors. The point I'm trying to make is this, Abdullahi. Let's be honest with ourselves. We had a president who had enough clout, even more than this current president at that time, that would have used that to do whatever he wants to do. But he didn't do that. So if the APC today under President Tinubu feels is so strong, why can't he do that? Why can't he go and defeat them and come up with a strategy that will make you defeat them?
Well,
you wouldn't have gone all of this.
Constitutionally speaking, APC can't stop them from joining the party.
The point I'm trying to make tonight is that nobody, and I'm saying this loud and clear, in PDP should blame Tinubu for this. Nobody should blame Tinubu for what is happening to PDP governors now. It is the PDP governors that should be blamed. They should tell us what they are looking for. Does it make any sense for a second-term governor to defect? Second-term governor. What is it? So it is PDP that should blame itself. It is the PDP governors that should be blamed, not APC or Tinubu. They can make overtures to you. It's for you to stand your ground and say, no, we're not doing this. Whatever wants to happen, let it happen.
Would you have said this?
That's to tell you that these guys are just for self. That's what it means.
Would you have said this if the shoe was on the other foot? If you were the one receiving governors from other political parties?
No, the truth of the matter is that I don't think government would have done that, because it's not in our DNA. It's not in our.
Yeah, but you've also received governors.
How? How did you receive governors?
You received governors from other political parties who have joined before. It's nothing new.
Okay. We have received.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm saying there's nothing unusual about what is happening right now.
There's a lot that's unusual. See, there's a clear difference between the characters of those who left then. Okay, what are the reasons they are giving? What are the compelling reasons?
Okay.
That the government at the center is doing so well, fantastically well, that they want to identify with the center. I mean, what does? Will anybody tell me that the governor of Enugu was not doing well before he moved? He was doing well. Was he not doing well?
But there was also the internal crisis within the PDP. Remember, Governor Mba and his group threatened that they were going to leave PDP.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. That's why I said nobody should blame Tinubu for this now. Tinubu can set trap for you to dodge the trap. Tinubu will be happy to receive anybody who wants to join his party. I would be happy to see if all the APC governors say we are coming to PDP, or we are going to join ADC. I mean, this anybody will be happy. So nobody should blame APC or Tinubu for what is happening. It is the PDP that is inflicting those things on itself, because the governors are not honest. I said they are the worst class of governors in the history of PDP.
All of them? Including the ones who have stayed?
You will see most of those ones that stay will be the first to go and give president their result of presidential election before they even announce. That have delivered for you. Most of those people there. What do you want to tell me about governor of Plateau State? That one is even stuck now. He can't move to APC. He will lose. What do you want to tell me about him? The only guy I had respect for among all of them is the Zamfara governor.
Among the 8 that still...
It's only Zamfara governor that I have respect for.
Why is that?
No, you can never see the guy doing all of these things they are doing now. The guy who stay in PDP is not going to go. It will be, I don't know, because of what I've seen.
So it will come to you as a shock if he considers leaving the PDP too?
It will be so shocking, honestly speaking. Yes, that's the only one I said, okay, this guy, perhaps maybe because of his exposure and all that, and his age.
Well, as a PDP, as a long-term serving PDP member, right? How does this make you feel, seeing your party lose so much ground, especially in regions that are historically PDP regions? In the South, you basically just don't have any PDP governor in place. I mean, the only one standing now is Governor Fubara in River State, and we know that is somewhat in between because of what has happened and the influence of the FCT minister. In the southeast, you've also completely lost out in terms of majority control. What does that say about PDP's waning popularity and how it has lost ground to the APC especially?
If there's any word that is deeper than sad, maybe I would have used it. It's really sad that, like I told you, you know, I was part of this party from the inception. Maybe that is what is really affecting me, that's disturbing me about what is happening now, because I couldn't just fathom it, I couldn't just put it together. Why are people doing this? Look at National Assembly. Except few ones that are resolute not to go, like Dixon, like Akobundu, and few others that are still remaining with the party. Tell me, a lot of them are on their way. Now they are giving APC the majority in that place. So that they can do anything. Why? What are the incentives? Because APC's government is doing well, or because you want to secure your seats? So it's really sad that PDP that we know, in any human's life, there are times that there are low moments. But you shouldn't say because you find yourself in that low moment that everything should now collapse. Everything should just, you lose your sense of integrity, sense of respect and all that. That's exactly what is happening. These guys are doing all of this. For them, before, they said Atiku was the problem of PDP. Is Atiku still the problem of the PDP now? They should come out and tell me, is Atiku the problem of PDP now? Right. The man saw any one of them, what they never saw. Because he knew it was all about these guys. It was just about them. So we'll see where he leaves them. We'll be in Nigeria to see their political future. We'll see where it will go, where it will be. I pity PDP because PDP is out already. My party is, the flame is just small.
You're saying this is the beginning of the end for the party, or what exactly are you saying?
The National Convention is expected to hold in a couple of days now. And some characters have taken the same party they said they believe in to court. And you can imagine a state party chairman, a zonal party chairman, taking same party to court. They didn't want the convention to hold. Why? So we are yet to see the outcome. The court, I think the court has adjourned today. Right. We will see now if the convention is going to hold. So what do you want to tell me? What is left of the PDP when all of these things are happening? Some have
said, Honorable, that if this elective convention happens, PDP's troubles will be behind it. And it can only get better from that point onwards. I am hoping so,
but let me tell you what is going to happen. I pray they are able to scale this convention and then...
Why do you keep saying they instead of we?
I am not part of decision making. The people that
but you are part of the PDP.
Yes, but I am not part of decision making. Right. I'm talking of those who take decisions. They didn't invite us when they are taking decisions. They said there's a structure that is the useless NWC that has brought us with you under the Magu. They are now trying to fix what they originally intentionally destroyed. I hope they will succeed to do in doing that. That's another class of people on their own. They sold the party. They sold the soul of the party. They sold the future of the party. For whatever reason they like. And we will not forgive them for doing that to PDP.
When you say they sold it, who did they sell it to?
They know now. Abdullah, you know now.
I actually don't know. That's what I'm asking.
I don't need to flog that. The public know. Okay, the public knows what I'm talking about. I was listening to former governor of Ekiti talking. I was surprised. And I was not surprised anyway because that's his way. He behaves like a jester in the palace. Now trying to taking a swipe at the governor of Oyo State because he has lost out in Ekiti. Everything they have done, arrogantly, brazenly talking as if he owns everything. I am for Tinubu, I am for the governor of Ekiti State, but I'm still in PDP. Who does that? It's because of the kind of system we operate in this country. People like Fabiyi should not even be allowed to come to leadership. But this is the kind of system we find ourselves. So today he's talking. And again, they are trying to see something is going to happen in 2027 because they are trying to set up some people and they are not saying that person is not saying that they are setting him up. And that is Peter Obi. The APC, like they did in 2023, they're already setting him up again for 2027. And if he walks into that trap, I'm sorry for his political future.
What's the setup in your view?
Yeah, no, I don't have to say. If he's listening to me, if they are listening, they know what I'm talking about. Don't worry. How can Fabiyi come out? Now Jimmy now say the only voice of the opposition in Nigeria today is Peter Obi.
I mean, that's his political view.
Which view? They set up, he knows now. Okay, let the Obi go and defeat Tinubu alone. Even when they bring President Jonathan, let him go and defeat Tinubu. Let Atiku go and defeat Tinubu alone. Let's see who can defeat Tinubu alone. What the point is, they have to come together.
And do you see that happening under the current political climate?
It's yet to be seen. So they're already setting the guy up and he's entering his head. I won't be surprised if next month Peter Obi says, I'm running on a particular platform. Is this right? Let him go and run. Let's see what's going to happen. Because they're already setting him up again, like they did. They sponsored a lot of things in 2023 because they don't want him to run and they don't want him to be VP to Atiku. And he's walking into it. I wish him all the best. He should think. His thinker, his strategist should think and look very well.
Right. Okay. Some would say, historically speaking, you look at the Fourth Republic, right? And from 1999 to 2015, I mean, you would say from 1999 to say 2010 or 2011, PDP was at its peak, right? The APC is in some way still playing catch up to PDP's record, because at PDP's height, I believe it was 28 governors last time I checked.
Yeah.
The APC right now is boasting that probably before next year they could have 30 governors.
Good for them.
Under their banner.
Good for them.
And some have expressed concern. ADC spokesman released a statement about this state capture or regional capture. Peter Obi has also re-echoed that concern. The term one-party state has been used to describe what is happening right now. Do you share that sentiment that this wave of defection, if it continues, is going to transform Nigeria from a multi-party system to a one-party system eventually? See,
Abdullahi, in political space, if you're supposed to take 2 steps and you take 1, it has consequences. And if you take those 2 steps, it has its consequences. Let me tell you, because many people are not good students of history and they don't have what we call institutional memories. In the First Republic, you talked about PDP having 28 states. It was when PDP got to that high that it started declining. And that's what is going to happen to APC in 2027.
Is that your prayer or is that your prediction?
Because we've seen it. I'm just talking of this republic now because you mentioned 1999, 2015, 2025. It was at that peak. Okay, why will a party that has control 28 states just fall to like 15 or 16? Have you ever asked yourself? So now, and that is exactly what is going to happen to APC in 2027. And let me take you by memory lane. The MPC in those days was very strong. They controlled the entire northern hemisphere. Then they doubled. The moment they move in to start capturing other states outside that place, the party fell. The same thing happened to NPN. NPN became so arrogant. And the moment they started going to the Bender, going to this, that's how they fell. So it's simple institutional memory. We've seen this happen. It's not new. So they will get to their peak and they will drop. That is it. Because now people that you are taking now, you are bringing governor of my state, for instance, into your party. Who are your people that are in charge of the party? You think they will be happy? I was listening to Governor of Enugu, and was it one of the your colleagues? They said, how are you going to manage the people you met in that place? Are they going to be happy? There must be somebody there who has been planning, who is planning to be governor. But you're coming now. So all of these things has its side, back kicks, and all that. So we'll see it play out.
Right. And finally, just before we go, when is your boss going to finally make a stand about what his next move would be? I mean, regarding his membership of the ADC.
He has already made his stand. At least he has resigned from PDP.
Right.
And they will announce what is next for him as soon as he's ready. He's going to announce whatever is ready. Nigerians are expecting, they are waiting for him. That is the man. That is the man that is giving Tinubu APC sleepless nights today.
I'm not sure about sleepless nights.
And they are having. They forget. They are not thinking about Peter Obi. They are not thinking about anybody. It's Atiku.
Really?
Atiku is the issue. That is the phenomenon. They know now.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
I'm just hoping that the man will not say, well, I just felt tired. Nigeria should go and solve his problem. We're begging him not to do that, not to give up on Nigeria.
Actually, a lot of people are begging him to step down.
No.
Right.
We are begging him not to give up on Nigeria.
Okay.
They have right to.
I think they're two different things.
So we are saying, sir, don't give up on Nigeria, because it's only when because statesmen don't give up on their country when it matters most. If he does that, that means that's give, and we don't want him to give up. Right. Up to today, if Obasanjo has the right to contest, because he cannot give up on Nigeria. Why is President Jonathan wants to come back after 6 years in the presidency? What we should have asked, what is he looking for? That's exactly what. These are statesmen. They will not. That's why, if Jonathan, Mr. President, wants to run, let him run.
All right.
Let him run.
Okay. Let's leave it here for now. There's a lot more to chew on in the next couple of weeks. And hopefully after the convention, there will be a lot more to discuss about the PDP going forward.
Yes.
Oladimeji Fabiyi.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you again. Thank you so much for stopping by this evening.
Thank you.